Curious about all things paranormal? Well, you're in for a treat. Each week we dig up the top 3 craziest stories and mysteries from our Facebook group.
So, grab yourself a drink, relax, and get ready to dive on in into the supernatural with us. Welcome to Weekly Paranormal Picks, episode 7. This is the 7th one.
But before we dive on into our first submission, let's take a quick look back at some of the highlights from last week's content.
So in our recent episodes of Beyond the Hub podcast, we delved into celestial events and superstitions. In episode 1, we discussed how different cultures have interpreted solar and lunar eclipses as powerful omens. And in episode 2, we discussed how comets have often been seen as messengers of doom or harbingers of significant change. And in our final episode, we discussed how meteor showers were perceived as divine messages throughout time and the history of wishing on a shooting star.
Okay, now that's out of the way. Thank you all for tuning in to Beyond the Hub podcast. I am Nick.
And I am Brandon. We are excited as all heck to have you guys join us for today's 30-minute live stream.
Let's jump into our first pick of the day. If you want to welcome the chat there.
Welcome the chat. Yeah. Hey, everybody tuning in on the chat. We got James Campbell saying hello. He's the co-creator of Wolfpack Paranormal. That sounds interesting. I'm going to check that out. Do you typically discuss Dogman / werewolf encounters? Sounds pretty interesting. Ash Smith saying she loves paranormal. We love paranormal too. That's why we're doing this.
Yes, we do.
Welcome. We were happy you're here.
All right, let's jump into our first one of the day.
I'm excited to see these.
Oh, look at the number we're at right now. 139.2. It's like 1,000 a week.
It is. It's pretty. That's about average. Yeah, about 1,000 a week. 1 week we went up 2.
Did we?
Yeah, we went from I think 34 to 36, or was it 35 to 37?
Something.
James Campbell says they do ghost hunting. Hey, you know a thing or two about that.
Just a little bit. I love bringing the anonymous participant aspect into these paranormal picks, because if you aren't comfortable with sharing, your situation, and you don't want the stigma of this, even though it's, everyone loves it. Everyone's into it. There are going to be some people that aren't, but this is your way to post it out there anonymously.
This is a community for all of you guys. I mean, for us too. That's why we say welcome home, because we want everybody to feel welcome to share their stories with us and share it with the community. This is how we're going to look for where things connect, how the dots connect, where are the parallels, how do we reach the ultimate truth behind how all of these things are related, because Nick and I here strongly believe that everything is somehow connected. So
we're located in good old New York.
Yeah.
Good old New York. Let's go to anonymous participant. Oh, and I just doxed the person.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
I didn't see anything.
I literally just doxed the person.
Well, it's too late.
Okay, well, you used to be able to
you just
anonymously participate in this. I didn't know it does
that when you highlight.
I didn't either. It usually doesn't. So I apologize to that person. Don't go back. Don't be a weirdo. It hasn't done that before. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel such.
I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna read this one.
Yeah, go. I feel like such.
Real quick, James Campbell says they're located out of Toronto, Canada. Oh, that's interesting. That's not too far. Is that East Coast or West Coast Canada?
That's East Coast.
That's East Coast?
Yeah.
So that's north of us.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So the anonymous participant shares with us. They say, I cannot believe I'm asking this, but does anyone have any experiences with fairies? This is interesting. I love this. Okay. I've been dealing with paranormal off and on my entire life. 5 years ago, I had an experience with my son. He was talking to and playing with someone I couldn't see. He was 5 years old at the time and showing anger towards me because the red man told him to. Now that's concerning. Okay. Also, one morning he told me that Christopher was not here right now. I said, where is he? He said flying. At times he was just not himself. I'm a little confused. Is this person's son named Christopher? Because that would make that extra creepy if,
Yeah.
If you say, if my son said Grayson's not here right now, And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're standing in front of me.
I think that's what they're hinting at.
That's freaky.
Yeah.
Okay. Now skip forward 5 years, which would be a year ago. My daughter is 4, almost 5. We moved into a new home. One day she comes up to me and tells me that she's worried. She says, remember that guy who steals kids? He's back. She also told me that her baby sister is evil and Cassidy herself is dead and that she's buried in the ground with Jesus. She told me that my Cassidy locked in a cage and I'll never see her again. And another time she was looking at me holding her sister and she told me that she likes this baby and then said maybe I'll take her too. This is creepy as all freaking hell, dude.
I just want to chime in. James, right north of Buffalo. That's where I'm originally from, by the way. Love Buffalo. Had your first experience, 45, or no, you're 45. Tell me about your experience. We love hearing people that are in the chat,
especially first experiences.
Yes.
Because if it's a experience that is significant enough to get you involved into the community, the paranormal community, the paranormal discussion and investigation community, and you know, James, you're saying you are the co-creator of Wolfpack Paranormal and you go out on ghost hunts yourself. That first experience must have been extremely significant to bring you to that point.
Yes.
Project Dark Knight Horror says, hello guys from the UK. Hey, from
welcome.
The UK. Welcome. First time viewer and very interested. It's got to be what, around noonish? Midnight around UK? Is it?
Think so. Leanne's back too.
Hey, Leanne. Morning from down under. Hey. Good morning, Leanne. We hope you're
Thank you all for joining. Definitely share your stories in there. We love to hear them.
Okay, so
there's
this anonymous
pictures.
participant shared some pictures.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say, before we really go into these pictures, there's a lot of creepy stuff that this person said is...
It's already transpired here.
Like, leaning me more towards the possession route.
That's what I was thinking.
Because her children, I think it's a female. This person's children are talking to them as if they're not themselves. And the only other instances I'm aware of that happening is possessions. Like, especially in the paranormal community. Like, you're not there in the forefront of your body in control, and another entity is. So reading this gave me chills. I don't know about you guys watching right now, but that's just creepy.
Mustang, how you doing? Good evening.
Good to see you, Mustang.
So,
So
you want to look at the pictures real quick?
Yeah, the first two pictures, my baby is standing up in the crib. Okay. I'm not seeing anything.
What's this?
That's a person.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did she say that's a person?
I didn't get to finish reading the description.
Oh, I didn't.
So the first two pictures, my baby is standing up in the crib.
Right in front of
Cassidy is standing in front of the crib. There's something standing in front of Cassidy. Okay. Now we know what we're looking for, because, I mean, I can kind of maybe see. It's not really enough to make out. It looks like it could be like more of the of the toys in the bedroom or something like that.
Is she talking about like right here?
I don't know. I'm seeing like an orangutan face.
Do you see that? Yes, I do see that.
I see an orangutan face.
Let's go to the next. What's the second? First two pictures. Oh, the two pictures. Two pictures. That's just a zoomed in picture of this.
Okay.
Okay, I'm seeing a little something more there with her, because I guess yeah. What's this?
That looks like her arm. Cassidy's arm. So the
Cassidy's
baby in the
arm?
crib is different than Cassidy. Cassidy is the one standing outside of the crib. Cassidy looks like her arm is reaching over to the side.
But where is her head face? Like she
looks like she's facing away. They're both facing the same direction. Cassidy and the baby.
But then there's something right there. But it just feels like this is like her shoulder.
No, it's too high to be her shoulder. Wait, are you talking about where the mouse is? Right.
Yeah, like this.
Okay,
I think,
that's her shoulder. Yes.
Yeah. So how is her arm here?
Because that's her left shoulder. Her right shoulder's got to be in front of the baby.
She seems like she's angled here, though. It doesn't look like she's turned that way, though. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, that's clearly an arm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the baby's arm. logically, it seems like it would be her arm, and I kind of see if we took the baby out how that is her arm like this.
Yeah.
You know, like her shoulder is.
But doesn't this look like the collar?
That looks like her hair.
Yeah, but
Like the bottom of her hair.
I'm just like the angle of her looks like she's at a like she's not like facing this way where like that arm would be, because her arm is kind of like at a right angle.
That's her right arm.
But
her right arm going like this. So she's facing away from us, and her right arm is reaching like that, kind of angled like this, like bent.
Yeah, that's what James. We didn't forget about your story.
We'll get to your story after we wrap this topic up here. James says it looks like 3 arms. Arm is too far over.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
Because like look, like take her out here. Like she looks like she's angled from this way over there. I'm not. That's just what I say. I'm not sure. What else is everyone saying?
It looks like it makes sense to me. I'm not really like questioning the arm placement.
Let's go on. Let's continue. First 2 videos, orbs maybe.
Let me finish reading the description here. So the first 2 videos, orbs maybe. The last 2 videos, I was checking in on the girls and heard a thing say, "Hey," and I pushed record, and this is what I got: a face appearing on the wall. Oh, what? I do go back and forth, I guess, trying to convince myself that I must be crazy because this can't happen. Well, okay, so anonymous participant, I'm going to say that looks like an orb. I'm going to say you're not crazy. I really, I don't like it when people who have paranormal or spiritual experiences.
That's weird.
What's weird?
The date of this.
Why?
It's my birthday.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Don't you already have some weird connection with that? Like that specific date and things happening?
So James asked me to pause. So you can see it come into frame. Comes from out of the room there, so you can see a better view of there. I was like pause every little bit.
Yeah, that is undoubtedly an orb to me. Amanda Benbow says it's definitely an orb. I agree. That one looks like an orb. Like we've had in one of our other weekly paranormal picks episodes where we saw like an orb potentially going into a house.
Yeah.
That one I think could be a bug. That from a previous episode. If you guys are interested, you can look back on our YouTube channel. We'll have all of our old live streams up there too.
I don't think that was a bug.
That one was not a bug.
The one back there, you're talking about the one that went through the door.
Yeah. I didn't say it was a bug, but I don't think it was an orb.
I don't think it was a bug either, but I don't think it was an who knows what it was, but what is this one? This is another orb, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yep. This one's
so the way that this frames, like it's taking, like the videos are so choppy with these because it's like it's shooting.
It's also the orb is moving into where we are on our live stream, so it's blocking off where you're seeing the orb trail up. Like watch, you see it a little bit, but
we're blocking it. Yeah, it disappears right where our faces are.
Yeah, that one definitely looks like an orb. Wow.
So we pause it right here.
This family seems to have a lot of paranormal activity going on.
All right, what's next? Is this the one with that says hey?
Is there sound?
No, she posted without sound. Oh wait, no, there's something on the bottom here. 3 days before this video, I dreamt about watching through the app on my phone and seeing my baby dragged across the bed by something I couldn't see.
That's crazy.
All right, so let's go back. Do we see anything unusual about the way she moves? Oh, right there. Right or no?
A little bit.
Like right.
Yeah, that does not look like she's
that doesn't
kicked.
look natural right here.
That looks like
do you think or she
no,
like,
that looks pulled. That looks pulled.
Is she stuck on something here and
she doesn't look too pleased.
Right? No, right there. That's just that. Yeah.
I've seen I have a 1-year-old son. I've seen him bend and contort in weird ways but
then they come right in. So she just or like they just so happened to come in at that exact time afterwards.
Well, maybe they saw it on camera, or she started crying or something. I think she was pulled. James says she was pulled. I think she was pulled.
What's this next one? Is this the one? Oh, we got sound here. All right, hold on.
I saw the face. You see the face?
Yeah, something's matrixing here. I want to know if there's a TV playing as well.
That looks like a Shrek face.
Yeah. Like I want to know if there's a reflection. Does this look like it's like a monitor or something?
No, that looks like a wall with a molding. Like the bottom molding.
I'd just be curious if there was some sort of TV playing, because the way like the light.
Susan Corrigan asks, "Is there any way we can get full screen on the images?"
It just cuts off. There's just no way, right?
Yeah, our stream cuts it off. The way we tried to do full screen, we couldn't get it formatted right, especially for all the videos, different aspect ratios.
And then trying to be able to read the chat as well.
We just made it so that the whatever topic, picture, or video that we're discussing and featuring, we can have uniform in there. And then if you guys are interested to look into the specific post and look into more details about it, you can come to our group on Facebook, the Paranormal Haunted Creepy Places Ghost Stories.
I'll tell you what.
Home. Oh, you're going to put it in? There you go.
There we go. If you guys want to look at it full screen.
Specific link. So
let's go. All right, so we're
the face. I see a face. I'm not denying that it's a face, but is it the face of like some creepy paranormal thing, or is it a reflection? And it sounds like there's a TV on in the background.
Yeah.
So that one, I'm not gonna say like it's 100% paranormal, but the other stuff I've been mind blown so far from everything that the anonymous participant shared with us up until this point.
I think when you're looking, you try to find when you're looking for it, you try to find it in everything, and it might not be everything.
Yeah.
But I think they're just being overly cautious and trying to like maybe this or they're just asking their opinion.
They shared that they're also like
they don't know.
They have a concern with being perceived as crazy. So like they're doubting their own sanity.
Yeah.
And I was saying before, I don't like when the people who have these experiences doubt their own sanity. Is like, there's no way this could be real.
Yeah.
Like, if you're experiencing something, there is a chance you could be hallucinating. Sure. Especially if you're under the influence of some drugs or something like that. But if you're completely of sound mind and sober and you experience something, and there's no reason why you should be hallucinating. Like, it's not like you're starving or you've stayed awake for 48 hours straight. Then maybe you are really experiencing something paranormal.
Like, who are we to tell you that you did not witness something that you saw with your own eyes? Like, we both seen things that are absolutely crazy, but we saw them.
Yeah. And I didn't, I understand the hesitation to share because I shared my experience after it happened, after a similar key theme followed through the experiences for 3 times. And then I finally was scared enough. Twice. The second time scared me enough to tell one person who I trusted with my life, my own father. And after that, I became comfortable being like, you know what? I told one other person, I got to share this with everybody because I know I'm not crazy. And I know there's other people who have similar experiences. James Campbell's chiming in over here saying that all other evidence is real, the face not paranormal.
Oh,
I think I agree with that.
I'm thinking so, but there's still more. We're
this is another
crunching
video?
on. We gotta. Yeah, there's more to this. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I see a face, but
I don't know. Are they trying to have the? What is that? This red man.
Red coat and cap.
Oh, this is the fairy
folk
folktales.
Skinny tales, mischievous phantoms. One example of this is replacing babies with changelings.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, whoa. Okay, no wonder. I'm curious. I mean, if
What else do we got? Oh, it's just the. I think we're back. That is, that's crazy. Well, what are your thoughts on this one? Let's go back to James's story.
Okay, so A5.
Age 5.
Oh, right. Age 5, 11. Wait, no. This experience happened at 11. So
Okay.
it's probably at 11, New York. Grandfather just passed. And about a week later, we had a touch lamp with 3 levels of brightness. The lamp turned on and went through all 3 settings, then turned off, and then went through the levels again. I ran to get my mom, and when we went and looked, the lamp wasn't plugged in. What? Since then, I have seen orbs after every family member passed. On investigations, we have gotten orbs, taps, bangs, footsteps, SLS footage, a bell going off. I've had my name called in my place, EVPs. Sounds like a lot of stuff you've experienced.
Yeah. It goes to say, like, that is, the culminating event to, the start of your paranormal journey.
Yeah, that's interesting. The having a lamp turn on and off. Cycle through all the brightnesses and not be plugged in. That's mind-blowing. I mean, there's no other explanation. There's logically no other explanation. Unless you're trying to, like, extreme doubt it and be like, oh, that lamp was plugged in, and it did it itself, and then it unplugged itself. Because
you want to go through all the logical explanations and if you get to the end, what isn't, and that has to be, what isn't normal has to be paranormal.
Yep.
James, I agree with you. People who don't believe you are, number 1, never had their own experiences, or 2, have had experience and they are afraid to admit it.
That's a good point.
Bear flag. I agree. Bear flag. The face can be a case. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What's pareidolia?
It's where you matrix something into an image, like you're trying to see something in an image.
Oh,
so if you did a super zoomed in picture of the woods, like you might see a face in there, but you're matrixing that.
Okay. APAC Paranormal says, "Are you interested?" It's 15 minutes long. That might be in response to you saying share your stuff. If that's the case, maybe you could reach out for an interview if it's that long.
Yeah.
Maybe we could have you on and we could feature you on one of our episodes, like for a full length interview. James says there's 34 years of evidence. The bell is one you would see in a hotel or restaurant. We asked it to. I'm sorry, this is a little 2 G once for no and 2 for yes. And questions about a certain family member, we got multiple answers. If 2 dings. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yep.
To ding. Okay. To ding it once for no and 2 for yes. Wow. You got a lot of interaction there.
Let's go to our second paranormal pick.
All right. We have from Annie Sanchez. Want me to take over this one?
You got it.
All right. Real story, we moved into our new condo. My sister and I shared a bedroom, and my little brother got his own room. My little brother needed a bed, so my dad bought a race car bed for him. The bed was shaped like a car and had a tarp as the upper side of a car with zipper in the middle. Okay, I can picture that. Days later, my little brother started to experience paranormal activities. His toys that were outside of his bed turned up inside his bed one night. He claimed that a little boy was bothering him and was not letting him sleep because he wanted to play. My mom and dad thought it was just an excuse for him not to sleep in his room. I mean, I understand that, but come on. You got to take your kids seriously. Especially with such little world experience. The things they're experiencing, they're going to share with you as they truly experience them. Anyway, this went on for a while. My little brother would sleep on the floor next to the door. One night, my father was sleeping, and in the middle of the night, he saw a little boy walking past the bedroom door and right towards him. He was glowing. My dad thought it was our cousin because of his blonde hair. He was glowing? What? He walked towards him by the side of the bed. My dad didn't move, but the little boy quickly ran back out. My dad got up really fast and followed him. No one was there. That's freaky. Another incident, my uncle was staying over, and he was sleeping in the living room, and he said, same little boy, asked if he could sleep with him. My uncle, half asleep, thought he was my little brother. He said yes. He quickly realized it wasn't him, pulled up the covers, and he was gone. Wow.
What?
Later, we found out a boy had drowned in the bathroom when the condo was first built. The spirit was attracted to the race car bed and my brother's toys. Ghost was friendly. He just wanted to play. Well, I'm glad that has a happy connotation.
James, like too many stories about car beds.
That's funny. I've seen a lot of videos and heard stories about car beds. Disembodied hands and arms reach out from under the mattress for the child. The car bed moving. Wow. Well, thank you for that. I haven't heard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that. If my son wants a car bed, I'll be sure to not get him one. That's terrifying. Yeah, that story was interesting.
I'll copy that link in case you guys want to comment on that or read it. I'm gonna
that's
start doing this.
I think that's a really good way to go about it.
I haven't done that before.
I just wanted to say,
He said,
hell no, no car beds. That experience of like the little boy came up to her uncle
mm-hmm.
and talked to him, asked to lay in bed with him, and then when he was like, wait a second, that's not my nephew, lifts the sheets and it's gone. There's experiences like that. Well, I've heard one where there's like a ghostly woman hitchhiker that seems like a real person, weird, dressed a little bit weird, not like completely different time, but like definitely in an era that's like maybe 20-30 years in the past. And this like lady would go up to the car, like try to stop the car and be like, hey, can you give me a ride to the ball? I think this is a story from Chicago. I can't get the details down.
Chicago.
But there's a place where she was trying to get to a ball, like a dance,
mm-hmm.
and she was in this like ball gown, and she asked for a ride. Somebody, like a taxi driver, I guess, was passing by, pulled over and picked her up, and was driving to the destination she requested. And as he's approaching the destination, he like looks back to see if she's in the car, and she's gone. Like she just vanished. But the car door opened. Someone got in the car. He saw all of it happen, and it's not like the car door opened. She threw herself out of the car. She's just disappeared.
I just did an interview with someone else, and his buddy John. He was telling me about a story about it. This kind of the similar thing, but with a cat. And like he was like sitting there, and then all of a sudden he feels like this cat, like like when they brush up against your legs.
Okay.
And he's like reached down. He's like, "There's no cat there. His cats are in the other room, sleeping."
That's weird.
But he had a cat who passed away.
That's extra weird. Hopefully it was the cat.
Hopefully it was a cat.
Because then there's some comfort in that.
Yeah.
Your little buddy's still there with you. Just a little bit in the chat. Leanne Bentley says spirits can pretend they are children, but really demonic.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, that is confirmed and that is true. And there's different levels of where people will take that. Where some people say all spirits are, even if they're all children spirits are demonic because they're not really children. Some people say some of them. Some people say none of them. They're all really children. I think we're still in the realm of it's up to interpretation because nobody knows for sure.
What do we got? We are locally right now, but we finally got our first booking in the States, the Ashmore Estates. I'm friends with the gentleman that owns that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, small world.
Anytime a cat, dog or baby
looks up to the ceiling, more importantly, a corner, they see something.
Stop that, because my newly adopted cat, that's all she does is look around. But my house.
Yeah, but does she like fixate and stare?
Yes, she does that.
Yeah, I truly believe. I believe James is onto something there. I think there are portal guardians, man. They're looking out for us. Cats specifically.
Yeah.
I call portal guardians. Not that dogs aren't sensitive to the paranormal or the spiritual and maybe can see things that we can't. But I think cats have a specific role in that.
I'm glad she is. I did get her though because she definitely seems to be helping.
Like ward off whatever.
Yeah, ward off. Yeah, because I mean it's still here, but I could just every time I'll see her just fixate on something like in the corner or like move around, or she'll like do that slow walk towards something. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you acting all weird? And then she'll like look up at this certain corner. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I think exercising hunting instincts and practicing is just a way to dismiss what people don't want to believe.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what's really going on because it's not like I have adult cats and your cat's young, but not a kitten. Your cat's a full grown cat. Like you say late teenage cat.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 full grown cats. One's like 10 years old. The other one's like 7 or 8 maybe. And they still do that. They still fixate on a specific spot. They'll even try to like jump up and grab at stuff that's not there.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I'll go look. I'm like, is there a bug? You chasing a bug? Because like, you know, obviously rule out what's logical first. There's literally nothing there. And sometimes they'll seem like they look accomplished, like they're proud of themselves for succeeding with what they set out to do. And they'll walk around like, yeah, I just fucked that thing up. You know? So like, I don't know what it is.
There are two dogs and 8 cats in my life. Wow. They will protect to the point of being harmed to protect you. Yes, absolutely.
They see what we often can't.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So we got the last submission that we picked for the week from Grace Soterakis.
Yes.
Rising contributor. Thank you. So she says, what's the deal with
What's
mirrors?
the deal with mirrors facing one another, huh?
Go ahead. Take it over. Take it over.
No, go ahead.
I liked that.
I'm not going to continue that. I have a full-length mirror on one side of my bedroom facing my dresser mirror. My daughter said I need to move the tall mirror as mirrors facing each other open up a portal. Anyone have any negative experience from mirrors? ETA. Folks are saying not to do it, but no one has convinced me not to. What have your experiences been? I've had those mirrors facing for over 12 years and have yet to experience anything negative from it.
I would do it just out of curiosity as like an experiment. So like if you don't think that anything is potentially going to happen, move the mirror and see if maybe you've had it that way for 12 years and whatever entities were traveling through that portal was pleased that you've had it like that for so long. And if you move it, maybe they'll be displeased. Maybe you'll trap something there and they will start interacting with you in ways that you might not be too happy about. Maybe that would be a confirmation for you that like, okay, this stuff is real.
And there was a story within a story that I also wanted to share. Maria Vargas. Here's my story. I moved into a 200-year-old house, and my daughter sees things, freaks me out. She told me about some dead kids living in the living room. Some lady in the bathtub, the owner's wife, had overdosed in the bathtub.
Oh, that's weird.
I did not know this until after moving into the house. Like the way 2 years after, she had seen these people in my house. My daughter's telling me that I have a portal in my room.
What?
They're coming from my room, totally freaking me out, of course. That one day I am in my bathroom, literally months ago, and I noticed one mirror facing another mirror in my bathroom. I freaked out and took the mirror down. My daughter did not know how I did this. I asked her one day out of the blue, hey, did you see anything in the house? She tells me no. I haven't seen anything in a while. So yes, I believe that there is a portal when mirrors face one another.
That is awesome.
Now, I want to bring up, in my case, where I investigated the Stanley Theater in that mirror incident.
Yeah.
And there was mirrors facing the walls. And I captured this on camera. An orb materializing out of thin air goes into the mirror and disappears inside the mirror.
Yeah.
It disappeared like past the barrier of where the mirror was.
Like the edge of the molding of the mirror.
And you can see how it was inside of it. So like it materializes. I asked it to materialize. Goes in the mirror, vanishes.
Like as if it went into the mirror, as if it was some sort of portal.
Yes.
Into a mirror realm / dimension. Which is interesting because on episodes, soon to be released episodes, you know, I discussed a little bit about how the spiritual realm is layered on top of reality, the real physical realm that we exist in, and how it's like they're the same thing but different, where it's literally like a mirror realm where there's not much you see that's different other than like it's like if you put a filter over things over your eyes to perceive the physical plane, because I've astral projected and my spirit has left my body and I have seen the spiritual realm, and it's like a filter was over everything, but everything was still existing as if I was astral projecting into this room right now while my body is sitting here and Nick's here and we're having this show and I was just floating here seeing everything, it would still look like this room, but things that have life to them have these sort of aura, vibrational energy coming off of them that you feel and see. It's crazy. It is super crazy. So, yeah, with that being said, I think that mirrors can or do have some sort of relation to portals and can open something. So be careful with that stuff.
James, you have two mirrors facing each other in your room. Does anything happen there? Susan Corrigan, well, that's a creepy thought. Let's not deliberately displease the spunky spirits.
Well, look, I'm saying for those who doubt,
Yeah.
Grace, with this submission, was questioning if she should move the mirrors or not. So it's just said test if you're a non-believer.
Leanne Bentley, you hear a lot of things about mirrors. You do. James, for the record, I've also had a demonic attachment. You should talk to this guy here and myself, but his was a little bit worse.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. But we'll go into that on a much, much more thorough episode.
Yeah, we're going to have episodes specifically featuring our own personal experiences when we get to those topics on our weekly episodes. Every week, for those of you who are new, every week we have a broad topic of discussion, and we feature 3 episodes throughout that week where we discuss different aspects of that topic. It's on our YouTube channel, Beyond the Hub Podcast, on YouTube. And we are going to be doing an upcoming episode very shortly about lucid dreaming and astral projection. Not sure if they're going to be the same episode or different ones, but we are definitely talking about both of those topics where I have my experiences that have brought me to a different level of involvement with the paranormal community and investigative work. Yeah, I don't want to spoil too much because I've breadcrumb trailed since we started our show in January, and hopefully I'm just building the suspense for people to really, really get sucked into the story I have. And
Yes.
Mine was definitely not positive, we'll put it that way. But with all that being said, folks, really appreciate all of you tuning in today. This is going to bring us to the end of our 30-minute live stream. Those of you who are
a
new,
little bit over.
those of you who are new, those of you returning, Leanne, thank you. Susan, your name is familiar to us.
And we had
thank
Mustang
you.
in there too.
Mustang, thank you all for tuning in again. And those of you who are new, thank you for tuning in.
But don't worry. The conversation doesn't end here. You can join us on YouTube Friday, Saturday, and Sundays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we'll discuss our next topic of the week. Don't miss out because it's going to be a good one.
And if you're new here, check out our previous series where we attempt to unravel other mysteries. Check out our YouTube channel. Don't forget to stay curious and keep seeking the truth.
Thanks for being here, everyone. We'll see you all live next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So keep the conversation going in the comments. Tag us in your posts for the chance to be featured. And stay tuned for more Beyond the Hub podcast. We'll see you soon.
Take care, everybody, and be safe.